Hey, what's up everybody out there? Welcome back to the CSO Pro. Again, my name is Carson Cook, and today we're going to be talking about a very fun topic. It's a topic that I recently kind of discovered online, guys, working with Jordan Belfort and kind of seeing a couple of his videos that he actually put out. And today the topic's going to be every sale is the same. Okay, this is a concept or an idea that I think I've agreed with all throughout my life in sales, or my career in sales, and dealing with the various companies that we've worked with, and to try and get our head wrapped around the idea of sales consulting. You'd have to understand is that a lot of sales companies are very defensive when it comes to letting consultants actually come in, revamp their sales process, or even bring about one if they don't have one. And the main issue with that is that sales is not always just about a single industry or a product that you sell, it's about a process. So understanding that, there's a cool different things that we can actually rely on as sales professionals out there, or students of sales, that are gonna really help you wrap your head around the idea that all sales are actually the same thing. The confident part about that is that if you're new to sales, it should put a little bit of confidence back inside your brain. A little bit of confidence to understand is that if that's the truth, that every sale is the same, then all we have to do is learn a certain process, right? And then we can take that to pretty much any industry that we work in, and sell any product that we work with. And the idea behind persuasion, guys, is that there is a process that goes along with that. So we're gonna talk about 3 different tips today that are gonna kind of help you wrap your head around the idea that all sales are actually the same. And that's a huge benefit for you, especially if you're getting into sales or you're an experienced sales professional. The first one that I wanna talk about is the straight line theory with Jordan Belfort. Very important concept, awesome sales training, guys, very excellent communication skills that we're dealing with Jordan Belfort. He's one of the best master communicators that are out there, and he's been doing it for a very young age. Now, sales doesn't just start with a career. Sales doesn't just start with dealing with people to sell products. Okay, it has to do with every aspect of your life, and I firmly believe that. Jordan believes that. A lot of other sales gurus out there believe that. Most of the successful CEOs that are actually in their high places right now got there because of their communication skills, and got there because of their talent in sales, being able to persuade, motivate, and drive a sense of urgency within people or groups of people. So it's important to understand the straight line theory with Jordan Belfort, and that's topic number 1. The straight line theory kind of works on the premise that there's a straight line, which means that there's a path or a given clock, right? Time. There's a beginning and an end, right? So there's always a beginning to communication, and there's always an end to communication. So as long as there's that defined goal, the straight line theory works in a straight line. You're taking your prospect through a straight line to achieve an end-all goal of selling a deal. Now, there's different barriers, right? So there's, up here where, you don't push enough and the person becomes not interested, or you push too much and they become overly pressured and they won't make a decision. And your job is to keep them within that straight line, but at least we're moving forward. Given that there's a direction, there's always something that's going to happen. It's like time, right? It's like time on a watch, right? So essentially, you have a beginning of the day and an end of the day. So understanding that straight line idea gives you hope that every sale has some sort of path. Okay, number 2 that we want to kind of wrap our head around, that every sale is the same, is the idea of there always will be a certain blueprint to follow, or the steps of the sale is what we call them, right? There's a beginning process. Usually it starts with some sort of confident introduction, being able to make friends quickly, build rapport fast, and state the agenda, lay the roadmap for where you're going to be going within that communication. I call it communication, but it's actually the sale, right? What are you going to be doing with your prospect throughout that process of communicating with them? Give them a roadmap. They have the right and deserve to know what's going to be taking place in this interaction. Okay, so the steps of the sale, guys, having a defined process. So for sales consultants, they do the same thing. They take what we would call reverse sales engineering, and they work every process backwards, and then they work it forwards. And they find pitfalls both ways. And then they come upon a system that they can inject and infuse within a company, their company culture, vision, goals, and then they execute that, right? Or they put together a plan to execute that. Number 3 that we're gonna talk about is gonna really help you understand that every sale is the same, is that you wanna treat every sale with that idea that there's always urgency with a goal. And that's kind of that straight line theory too. Urgency to move down that path with a common goal in mind. And that's very important to understand. If you're moving down that sales path as a sales professional, and you have that goal in your head that you're gonna close that deal, and you have that path put out for your customer, but your customer's not with you, you're gonna turn back and go, oh, where'd they go? Oh, the close. Oh wait, they have to sign. Wait, I forgot to bring them through the whole process, right? So it needs to be a urgency with a goal, and it needs to be an urgency with a common goal. You and that client or prospect need to have a common goal in mind to achieve that ultimate close at the very end. So keep that in mind, guys. Every sale is the same. Corporate real estate, insurance, car sales, merchant services, anytime where you have an interaction over the phone or in person or through email, there should always be that next step. There should always be that next process. Every sales company has a process, guys. Every product will have a process, the best way to sell it. So every sale essentially, guys, is exactly the same. You just need to kind of find out what that process is, learn how to master it, and then knock it out of the ballpark. So rock and roll, guys. Thanks for tuning in to CSO Pro, guys. Like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you soon. This is Carson Cook, back at you again with the CSO Pro. Just wanted to put everything out there, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning into all the videos here on YouTube. I just wanted to point out to you guys real quick, just once again, this book will be going on sale May 1st this year, 2019. So coming up here pretty shortly, guys. And this is the No Shit Sales Journal, a confident, common sense, and practical guide to sales. Basically your Cliff Note version, okay, that can get you up to speed, guys, and give you a very solid foundation on how to sell. Now this book, guys, is not just for sales professionals. This book you need to buy and read. It will help your life with your family, your kids, pretty much anyone that you would like to communicate with and become better at communication. Okay, so make sure you go to Amazon, guys, and put in your pre-order right now. We'll include a link below. But this book, guys, is going to be going on sale May 1st. It's also, guys, been featured on the Sales Babble with Pat Helmers. You can tune in to find out a little bit more about the book at salesbabble.com. Very, very, very good podcast. Pat Helmers, guys, is a very standing guy within sales. Very, very, very solid reputation. Amazing podcast with some of the best techniques, communication techniques, tips and tricks for sales. So go to the salesbabble.com. I'll put that link in the description below. But guys, please make sure to pick up your copy on Amazon today. Get one right now. Thanks, guys.